You're here because you know something needs to shift. You've tried willpower, you've set goals, but what you need now is a system, and that's what we're building, one pillar at a time. This is the 7 Pillars Podcast. I'm Kevin Pannell. Let's get to work. Like many, I've gone through life working hard, dedicated to my responsibilities and pursuits, but somewhere along the way, I realized that dedication in one area wasn't translating to overall well-being. This framework isn't just theoretical, it's the result of rebuilding my own strength from the inside out, pillar by painstaking pillar, after recognizing that neglecting key areas was taking its toll, which resulted in a panic attack for me. This show isn't about resilience, it's about actively building it through the 7 pillars of ownership, mindfulness, movement, boundaries, connection, sleep, and faith. For years, I was focused on getting things done, meeting obligations, striving in my career and personal life. But the idea of intentionally balancing all different facets of my existence, that wasn't always a priority. And what I discovered is that simply working hard isn't the same as living well. As James Clear articulated in Atomic Habits, you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. These pillars became that system for me, the framework that helped me not just keep going, but also reclaim stability, rebuild strength across all areas, and create a more balanced life. In this first episode, we established the foundation. I'll explain what each of the 7 pillars means, how the experience of living a full but often unbalanced life became a critical lesson in my own journey, and why these pillars matter in practical daily life. Initially, I addressed these areas reactively, often only when a problem arose. In 2017, facing a point where the lack of intentional balance became undeniable, impacting my well-being, I turned to Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink and Leif Babin, the Jocko podcast, and that marked a big shift in taking ownership, not just of tasks, but my overall state of being, personally and professionally. Mindfulness entered much later, around 2022 or 2023, as a deliberate practice to bring presence into a life often driven by doing, learning to quiet mental noise and through meditation, Wim Hof breathing, and disconnecting from constant demands. It wasn't just about improving focus for productivity, it was about finding moments of calm within a busy life. Does that sound familiar? Movement, something always present due to my background as a veteran, responder, athlete. I needed to evolve, though, from a functional requirement to a deliberate practice for sustained health and stress management, recognizing that its impact not just on the physicality of my body, but for my mind as well. Pillar 4, boundaries, became crucial for protecting not just time, but energy and mental space, leading to a necessary examination of habits around food, alcohol, stress, and the exploration of healthier ways to navigate daily pressures. Connection shifted from casual interactions to a conscious effort to nurture meaningful relationships, recognizing the vital role of authentic human connection, reinforced by the insights from Johann Hari's Lost Connections and Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning. Pillar 6, sleep, often the first thing sacrificed when life gets overwhelming, required a fundamental reevaluation and understanding of its critical role in everything from cognitive function to emotional regulation, leading to a deliberate effort to improve sleep habits in my life. And finally, the 7th pillar, a deeper exploration of faith, became necessary for me. A reconnection with a sense of purpose and something larger than the daily grind, providing a grounding that transcended the immediate demands of life. These pillars offered individual benefits, addressing specific challenges as they arose in my life. However, a significant personal experience highlighted that true well-being wasn't about fixing isolated issues, but about the synergistic power of these pillars working together, a unified system, if you will, for balanced and resilient life. This realization led to the stability equation, 7 pillars for a more balanced life, and now this podcast, the 7 Pillars Podcast. Because whether you're navigating a demanding career, managing family responsibilities, or simply feeling the weight of a life lived without intentional balance, true strength originates internally in the consistent tending of all of these areas. So building internal strength isn't a solitary endeavor either, right? We are wired for both personal agency and support, individual action, and collective learning. So our capacity for self-reconstruction is immense, yet we're also designed to learn from, rely on, and be uplifted by others. Through this podcast and my book, I share my experiences along the people, practices, and tools that facilitated a deep dive into each of the 7 pillars, not just as solutions to problems, but essential components of a truly balanced and resilient life. So building a resilient and balanced life doesn't require starting from zero. right? So this path has been navigated before, and now it's yours to walk with greater strength, wisdom, support, and I'm sure you'll recognize a lot of these along the way. The core message here is that true well-being isn't just about getting through the day or achieving specific goals. It's about the consistent process of tending to the foundational aspects of resilience and balance. Investing time and energy into each of these 7 pillars: ownership, mindfulness, movement, boundaries, connection, sleep, and faith yields significant transformation over time, creating a life that is not just functional, but also sustainable and deeply satisfying. These pillars are interconnected. Ownership strengthens the mind, movement strengthens the body, and faith anchors the spirit. Consistent engagement with all 7 enables you to navigate life's demands with clarity, energy, and purpose without sacrificing the vital elements of a balanced existence. So how do you get started? Let's take an honest inventory this week. Let's rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 across each of the 7 pillars: ownership, mindfulness, movement, boundaries, connection, sleep, and faith. 1, not so good. 10, knocking it out of the park. No judgment, just awareness. Then pick the pillar with your lowest score and focus your energy there. What's one small action you can take today to strengthen it? Start there. Tiny moves will build massive momentum. And if you haven't bought the book yet, there's a free resource on peopleprocessprogress.com that's the field guide, the 7 pillars field guide that can get you started and get your exercises. So go check that out. So in closing, remember that resilience isn't something you stumble onto, right? It's something that you build pillar by pillar, step by step. Own your mind, move your body, anchor your spirit, and never forget the life you want isn't somewhere out there. It's something you create from the inside out, starting today. Thanks for listening to the 7 Pillars podcast. If today's episode gave you something to think about or act on, consider sharing it with someone else walking their own path. And if you haven't already, subscribe so you don't miss what's next. You can connect with me and follow on X and Instagram at PannellKG, PannellKG. I'm also on LinkedIn. In the meantime, own your mind, move your body, anchor your spirit, and I'll see you next time. Godspeed, y'all.